Good morning, Lacamas Leopards, and welcome to our May Character Assembly. I'm excited about the month of May. Not only do we get beautiful weather, but it's an awesome month for learning. This spring learning, we get to make sure that we really dig deep, that we really know are important, what we call a priority standard. All of those basic concepts, getting our fluency with reading, with our math skills down, so that we're going to be all ready as we transition to our next grade level. Now, the month of May, we are going to, for our character trait, do some spotlights. Now, what a spotlight is that we want to recognize a student every week in every class who is showing our character traits that we've focused on for this year. This is what a little spotlight referral looks like. You are referred to the principal for being respectful, responsible, safe, and kind, and showing your character. You see the little spotlight up there shining down on the leopard? We have different little spotlight awards. This one has leopard print all over it. This one here looks a little different. So you don't know which spotlight award you might get, but if you get a spotlight award, the white copy will come to me, and then you're going to get to come and sign our Lacamas Spotlight book and be a student highlighted in the book. And you'll take the yellow copy home to share with your family. So leopards, let's show our character and let's spotlight what it truly means to be a Lacamas leopard: respectful, responsible, safe, and kind. Now, this month, we're also starting our Miles in May running program, our jogging program with Mrs. Cunningham. Now, this week, she's taking you out to show you around one of the loops. There will be 2 running loops. Now, because we have the times where we have to have spacing and I can't have one class cohort with another class cohort at the same time, you are going to have a recess where you put in some miles for May. And your recess teachers will help punch your cards. Now, your teacher can also take you out and collect some miles for May. And Mrs. Cunningham will be in PE. And we're going to have a calendar, much like what our Spotcha calendar looks like, to go home so families can do 20 minutes of moving, whether that's walking, running, biking, working in the yard, maybe mowing a lawn, 20 minutes for 20 days. And those will also go for your miles for May. Set a goal. How many miles can you do? Each card is worth 10 miles. And my goal is to run a marathon. Now, I'm really not going to run, I'm going to walk, but that is 26.2 miles in the whole month of May. So a little bit. I'm going to have to calculate how much do I need to walk each day to make sure that I meet my goal at the end of the month. So I'm excited about our miles in May, and you will get one of your recesses in each day to do your walking and collect some miles for in May and some laps, and then also time in PE and, of course, on your own at home. So, Lacamas Leopards, we're going to do our spotcha, our character here in today's assemblies, but right now, I want to celebrate our students for 2020 reading. Remember, reading more helps you be a better reader. Every day, you need to read on your own. Now, that's outside of your class time. That's not the reading your teacher helps you with reading and growing. This is your own reading and growing. 20 minutes for 20 days every month. So let's find out who are our 2020 winners for this month or for April. In room 133, Parker Chang. 233, Rebecca Foxall. I'm going to just go to first names only. In room 223, Talon. Room 205, Adele. Room 123, Evie. Room 102, Cruz. Room 122, Lexi. And I have on there Hunter, so I don't know if there was 2 people on that one. I'm not sure. Room 122, again, Bentley. Room 134, Ezra. And last, room 122, Delilah. Great job finishing your 2020 in the month of April. Readers are leaders. And so this month for May, don't forget your 2020. You're going to have 20 minutes for 20 days for your walking and moving for our Miles in May. And we're going to have a great time with our spotlight. So let's move on to our spot you drawing and our character trait. Have a great day.
During the month of April, our school community has been focusing on the character trait of being helpful. When I think of Lacamas students that exhibit the character trait of being helpful, I think about our green team led by Miss Nancy. Our green team, despite being remote for much of the beginning of the year, has been hard at work doing things to be helpful around our school community and our environment as a whole. So let's hear from Miss Nancy on what some of those projects are that the green team kiddos have been engaging in this year.
So this year, this is what our green team has done. They built animal houses. They dissected flowers so they could learn more about their flowers. They did watched a video on where their garbage goes from the time it leaves their house till it ends up on the ships. And this year they saved 2,679 pounds of carbon by doing their recycling programs.
And now it's time to recognize our Lacamas leopards that have been working really hard on showing their character trait of being helpful this month. Starting with kindergarten. In room 102, Ethan and Moses. In room 104, Kathleen and Carter. And 121, Braylon. In first grade, in room 122, Vincent and John. In 123, Hayden and Finnegan. And 124, Carter. In second grade, out of room 132, Kendall, Christopher, and Nate. In room 133, Dylan and Jacqueline. And in room 134, Emily, Gabby, Ivana, and Finley. In third grade, out of room 231, Eden and Imogen. 232, Bryn and Wyatt. And 233, Braylee and Jace. In fourth grade, in room 223, Preston and Matthew R. 224, Matthew C. and Peyton. And Reed. And 225, Nevaeh and Allie. And fifth grade, in room 203, Dexter and Aiden and Jaden. In 204, Harmony and Noah. And in 205, Matthew and Morena. Excellent job, leopards. Keep up the great work.
Good morning, Lacamas leopards. It's Commander Davis Miles here for a very special spot you drawing for the month of May. Look at all these spotches that I've gathered all throughout the galaxy, honoring all of the wonderful Lacamas leopards being incredibly helpful all throughout space and time. Here we go, without further ado, the special drawing for May. First up, Macy from room 133. Great job, Maisie, raising your hand. Here we go. Here's another one. Here we go for room 204. Sunshine for being overall wonderful. Next drawing is Blue Essinger from Mrs. Harbauld's class. Way to go, Blue. All right, let me dig deep for this one. Here we go. Mason from room 225. Way to go, Mason. All right, getting down to the wire here. Gabriel from Mrs. Redmond's class, 121. Way to go, Gabriel. All right, here we go. Another one. Adele from room 205. Way to go, 5th grade. Digging deep here. And we have Macy Shute from 4th grade. Congratulations, Macy. Wow, there's so many in here. And next up, my buddy, the Bakugan guy, Mr. Asher. Good job, Asher. Keep it up. Next up, from room 203, Stiv Dexter. Great job, Stiv. Keep up the good work. And finally, for the very last spot you're drawing for this month, we have Landon Reed in Mrs. Fenneral's class. Well, that just about does it. Lacamas Leopards, remember to always be respectful, responsible, safe, and kind. Over and out.
Their favorite quote is, when given a choice between being right and being kind, choose kind.
Someday they would like to run a dog rescue.
Their favorite season is summer because they're always cold.
They want to skydive and do more serious scuba diving.
They grew up in Wisconsin in a home where both parents were teachers. They took many journeys before becoming a teacher, such as going to work in Italy, working at a radio station in Ashland, Oregon, working at a plastic surgeon's office, working at a city water department, waitressing at several places, delivered pizzas on a moped, broadcasted the news and weather on live TV, and worked at a camp for adults and kids with disabilities.
This person enjoys soccer, hiking, traveling, scrapbooking, cooking, and trying new things.
Oh!